Hello, group 2. So for this activity, you'll be watching this video and periodically pausing the video to engage in some discussion or to record some of your ideas down. So your focus for the video will be note-taking, but specifically the sub-skills of note-taking. So the objective of this activity is to answer the following questions. What are the sub-skills of note-taking? And how are these sub-skills important in other aspects of education and even in your life? So the first sub-skill that we're looking at here is active listening. So active listening really, it involves a bunch of different things. It involves hearing, it involves understanding, it involves connecting and remembering. There are a lot of times in our life when we listen to somebody, but we don't actually hear what they're saying. Your mom might say to you, or your dad might say to you, okay, go put out the garbage. And you're in front of your Xbox or your Wii and you say to them, yeah, sure. An hour later, they come back to you and they say, well, did you put out the garbage? And you say, what do you mean? When did you ask me to do that? I don't remember that. So this is an example of when we're listening without hearing. And when we're talking about active listening skills, what we're really talking about is hearing so that you understand, and that understanding comes from making connections, and those connections, the personal connections we are making with what we're hearing, lead to remembering. So how can we actively listen? One rule that we can follow is all we need to do is remember slant. So slant means sit up. Don't wait for the teacher to say, write this down. Sit up, get ready, be prepared. Lean forward. Watch your body language. How we present ourselves in terms of our body language often dictates how effective our listening is. Ask questions. So become involved in the lesson. Recognize the organizational patterns. Argue and analyze either out loud or in your head. Engage in the topic under study. Nod and smile. So what you're doing is you're going to pick out big ideas and screen out distractions. And by nodding and smiling, it helps you with focus. And the last thing you're going to do is you're going to track. You're going to track the speaker with your eyes. So what I want you to do now with a chart paper that has been provided for you, identify how active listening, what we've just reviewed, might be important in the following domains: relationships, whether they be romantic, family relationships, or friendships. How might active listening be important in your career in the future? And also, how might active listening really be important in your financial affairs, either now or as you grow up? So if you could pause the video right now and engage in that activity, it would be greatly appreciated. So now we're looking at the second skill set of note-taking, which is extracting main ideas. So it's great to be actively listening, but what are you listening for? That's the big question. So what I want you to do now is, when I'm finished with these instructions, I want you to pause the video and do the following. On your chart paper, brainstorm techniques, methods, and ways that a person can extract the main ideas from lectures, which are the oral lessons, and written pieces. So for example, you might listen for repetition because repetition often indicates if something is important. So if you could pause the video right now and engage in that activity, that would be greatly appreciated. Now, the third skill or sub-skill of note-taking is recording main ideas. So you've listened, you've grabbed or heard those main ideas. How do you get them on paper? So what I want you to do now is I do want you to pause the video, and I want you on your chart paper to identify different ways, techniques, or methods you can use to record the main ideas you've extracted from a lecture or from a written piece. So an example might be, well, I'm going to use abbreviations in my notes because it's going to help me increase the speed of my note taking. So if you could pause the video now, that would be greatly appreciated. After that activity, you've completed this video lesson. Thank you very much for paying attention, and have a great day.